specifically for Blake. In episode 1, when you had to record the voice lines for the sex scene, for the sex tape, were you ever embarrassed when you had to do the, like, yes, daddy, and moaning? Question is specifically for Blake. In episode 1, when you had to record the voice lines for the sex scene, for the sex tape, were you ever embarrassed when you had to do the, like, yes, daddy, and moaning?
This person is 9, and if you do not see anything wrong with this situation, then I believe there is something wrong with you. And before you all gonna say that, well, but you for sure watched stuff that wasn't appropriate for your age when you were younger, I'm going to tell you two things. First of all, just because I did something that I now recognize could have put me in a very dangerous place does not mean that I'm going to turn a blind eye on kids that do it right now. Of course, I'm going to talk about it. Second of all, I did not share the fact that I did watch content that was not appropriate for me, because once more, I knew that some people on the internet might not be very safe, and again, I might put myself in a dangerous position. I'm disappointed with the staff that organized the convention, because who lets a 9-year-old enter such event? Because let me remind you that Hazbin Hotel is at least 15 plus, 2 episodes are 18 plus. The child, once more, was 9. But I'm more disappointed with the parents, and not with the fact that they did let their kid watch the show, because that's none of my business. I don't care. Parents know best. I am disappointed with the fact that they saw nothing wrong with their kid walking around people who talk about things and do things that are just not appropriate for such a young child. You could clearly see how everybody was so awkward, how the cast was awkward, and I cannot blame them. I'm really happy with Alex Brightman's reaction, because I think that he handled it as respectfully as he could, being among so many people.
Can anybody see this person?
I'm 9.
Where are your parents?
Over there.
Shame on you.
What I'm also a tiny bit disappointed with is that Blake, in the end, did answer the question, even though even Amir told him, well, maybe let's not do it. I really think that he should have just said that, well, no, I don't think it's really appropriate for me to answer your question.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it was actually when I got this script a couple days before.
Like, don't answer this question.
And now 2 more things. To all the minors, I do not care how mature you think you are. There are certain boundaries that should not be crossed when you interact with adults or when you interact with an adult content. Especially on the internet, in the fandom areas, you do not know who you're talking to. And I'm saying this purely because of the fact that when you share that you have interest in something that you should not really have interest in, you, once more, might put yourself in a dangerous position. And to all the adults, I know that we cannot stop kids from watching content that is not appropriate for them. Once more, it's none of our business. But the least we can do is to show the kids how an appropriate and respectful and safe interaction should look like. If you happen to talk to a minor about Hazbin Hotel, at least do it safely and respectfully, avoiding certain topics. Let's protect the kids, and let's not make them feel like they have to be more mature than they already are. They are kids. And by the way, I do not blame the 9-year-old for any of this, because, well, how can you blame a child? How can you tell a child to do better? The person or the people who should do better are the parents.
Another child has asked another inappropriate question at a panel, this time at GalaxyCon in Oklahoma City, to the Hazbin Hotel voice actors. The question was asking how they felt about filming certain scenes that a 9-year-old should not be watching. And I'm getting really frustrated because the conversation keeps going back to this kid should know better. No, that kid is 9, and kids watch shows that are age inappropriate for them. I remember when South Park came out, and Beavis and Butthead, and all kinds of really bad things that we shouldn't have been watching, but we did. That is a normal kid experience. Others are asking where the parents are. Well, some kids have parents that fucking suck. Some parents just don't care. My parents didn't care. They used to drop me off at cons at 14 years old, alone, with $20 in my pocket. That's the space that I was raised in. When I say my parents didn't raise me, they didn't, Cons did, and that ends up messing someone up. My question is, why was that child allowed in that panel? Why was a 9-year-old allowed to walk into that panel that is for a show that most of the episodes are 16 and up, and some of the episodes are 18 and up? Why was a child allowed in that panel? After what happened literally less than a month ago, why were those questions not screened? Right? And if someone goes off script, why was the mic not pulled? That child should not have been put in that situation. Corporate cons like GalaxyCon and Fan Expo's only job is to run cons. They don't have any other thing that they do. And they continue to fail us while profiting off of us every single time. That child was failed by its parents, by its community, and by the convention itself. Stop fucking yelling at kids because they were put in bad situations, which they have no idea that they are putting themselves into, because they have shitty parents too. Another child has asked another inappropriate question at a panel, this time at GalaxyCon.
I feel so bad for that kid, but also so angry for them. Because you want to know something even worse? That kid's parents were apparently there at the panel. Apparently, someone asked where that kid's parents was, and the parents waved off screen when that question was asked. The fact that their parents were okay with them asking that type of question is fucking insane to me. And that video of them asking that question is going to basically be on the internet forever. They're going to have to grow up with that. Children are failed every day. I'm going to open up about something that I've never opened up about, like, on here and stuff. When I was around like 7, 8, 9, I was doing 18 plus role plays. I'm not kidding. And the reason I bring this up is because when children are raised by the internet and media, shit like this happens. You get 9-year-olds asking questions like that. You get kids doing 18 plus role plays when they're around 7 to 9. And it just is terrible. My heart really hurts for these kids, man.